Hello and welcome to Anatomy of Marriage, where we are bringing real help to real couples. My name is Melanie Studley.
That's right, my friends. My name is Seth Studley. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and we are talking about top 5 personal resource books.
Top 5? Are you out of your mind?
I don't know where that came from. We're going to leave that in there.
I know.
We're talking about personal resource books, right? Our favorites. Which ones have helped us the most? There's a bunch of them, so stay tuned. We'll see you in a minute.
All right.
What's up, guys? Licensed marriage and family therapist here, Seth Studley. You guys go to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage to get hooked up with a licensed counselor. You guys, people are experiencing a lot of difficulties that they haven't experienced before. There is traditionally a stigma with therapy, but not anymore. You guys, growth hurts. Growth is good. I want to hang out with growth mindset people. You can grow by going to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage and doing some therapy. You guys get hooked up with a licensed counselor, licensed therapist, just like me. You can be in your pajamas. You can be at your desk. You can be in your bed with covers on if you want to. It doesn't matter. Getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage to get hooked up with a licensed counselor. I really want you to go there. All right.
Okay.
Hey, guys, what's up? How you feeling? Word.
Oh my gosh. So we are going to share, we got a message on Instagram, I think it was, where someone, and I can't find it, but someone was asking us what our favorite personal development books are and resources. So we are going to share them. It is going to be a whirlwind because y'all, all we do is read and
That's
watch
right.
things and to listen to things.
And this will be helpful. If you guys have not heard our interview with Hal Elrod, the author of The Miracle Morning, you guys need to go and really check that out because, no joke, that was one of the first books when I really got serious about growth mindset. Okay, let's change some stuff in this dude's life. Let's do it. So go check that episode out. Hal Elrod, author of The Miracle Morning. It was a really amazing interview.
Yeah.
He almost cried. I got choked up.
I cried.
Melanie cried.
He cried.
So you guys go
We all
check that
cried.
out. And so I wanted to share that. That's
book
one
number
of them.
one.
Yeah, that's book
The
number
Miracle
one.
Morning by Hal Elrod.
You will get a lot of insight into certain patterns. It's going to encourage you to have like a really simple system, right? You do 6 things. It's called the SAVERS acronym.
We are not sharing the whole world of all the
All right,
books.
I'm not going to share it all.
We've got too many books to share, but yes,
Go
read
check that one out.
The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. It is amazing. And watch his documentary. He has a documentary that came out 2 years ago or something, or last year. Anyway, my next author that I love and adore and I follow is Wayne Dyer. He is the most amazing human that ever lived. I think he's still alive, even though he's dead. He wrote books. This is called Wisdom of the Ages. My absolute favorite book of Wayne Dyer is called Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. I have read it several times. I read it when I'm feeling depressed. No joke. It helps me every single time. Or if I'm feeling mad. So again, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Wayne Dyer is one of the best books I've ever read. But right now on Audible, I am listening to the 10-hour collection of Wayne Dyer. It's like some weird, it's just a collection because he used to speak on PBS. He would do events. He was an author. So it's this collection of his works. It is so amazing. Go listen to that. It's 10 hours long and I can't get enough of all of the hours.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay.
Wayne Dyer's
one
the
of my
best.
top books is Wild at Heart, John Eldredge, right? It is written for dudes. Melanie read it. In fact, she read it first, and that gave her a lot of insight into me as a dude, as a man, as a husband, and as a dad, and it really helped our marriage a lot. I got it on Audible. You should go actually get a free book if you do audible.com/anatomy of marriage. Get a free book on us. I read that book 4 times. I listened to it 4 times, and it put a different perspective on what guys need from other men in that way, like emotionally and even spiritually. It's like, you guys know when a dude talks to you, it is different from when a woman talks to you, especially your wife. It's just a different kind of thing. You have different ears to hear it, right? So John Eldredge, Wild at Heart, go read that one. It has a really strong Christian bend to it. And if you're not Christian, then okay, just ignore that part. But the practical wisdom is awesome, right? And if you're Christian, then you'll understand what he is saying in that. So Wild at Heart, John Eldredge.
Love it. My next book is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, who I want to have on the podcast so bad. So this book, I've seen it around for 100 million years and never read it.
Somebody
I don't know
gave
why.
that one to you.
Reva. our whatever her title is.
Riva.
She gave this to me. But anyway, I actually didn't read this. I listened to the Audible because I can't read. I don't like reading. But so this book, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, is so good. I regret deeply that I did not listen to it earlier. She also has a book called You Are a Badass at Making Money, which is equally as amazing. And now I want to get a ring that says badass.
I read You Are a Badass at Making Money, and that month that I read it, we made the most we ever made in 1 month. And I'm not joking.
Yeah, she is awesome. Jen Sincero, You're a Badass at Making Money, and You Are a Badass.
When you said that you didn't read it because you couldn't read, you said, and I was thinking, and then this is joking about your dyslexia.
Yes.
So don't get your feelings hurt. But I was like, what if you read it backwards? Would you understand?
Oh, you're so funny.
Oh, okay. Guys, another superpower Mondo book in my life has been, this is an old book. It's like 1920s, right? Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill.
Napoleon Dynamite. No, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. This, man, rocked my world. I've also read this one 3 times, and it's kind of long, and the reader is really slow on it, but thinking about money and possibility and your potential in a different way, that book was just, okay, I can literally do anything, right? And I read that right around the time when we got a coach and we were working for with a coach, and this guy, our coach, Cody, was like, Seth, if you don't do all this stuff, somebody else will, right? So that was just like rocket fuel from this book, plus I got this book at like Goodwill for $2, and it has an inscription in it from
1982.
Is that one? Oh, no, that was a year before you were born.
So weird,
right?
yeah.
But anyway, Think and Grow Rich. It's not just about like, oh, how do I get money? How do I get my bread? No, it's about mindset around it,
right?
And what you can actually build and how you can be and create things that are good for you and good for humanity. So
yes, it is a phenomenal book. I've also read it. Napoleon Hill has several things on Audible that are free too. There's other books of his. I will find them as we go because Napoleon Hill is an amazing author to read. He wrote books like 1,000 years ago. Not 1,000. Oh, yeah. He has another one called The Master Key to Riches, which I've read or listened to on Audible.
Well, there's a million.
Good.
Don't list them all.
But they're so good. Anyway, my next one is by my boyfriend, Dr. Daniel Siegel.
What?
Daniel J. Siegel. And look, it's even signed. I had him sign it, Anatomy of Marriage, and he's like, what? It was really funny. So anyway, this is called Parenting from the Inside Out. He also has a book about teenagers called Brainstorm. He also has a book called Mindsight. What's his other one? He's got many, many books, but Dr.
Aware.
Dan Siegel, Aware. Yeah. He is an amazing author. He talks all about, interpersonal. He's an interpersonal neurobiologist. He talks about understanding how your mind works, understanding all of the things. And his story is amazing because he was a researcher and he was on a donkey or a horse trotting through like a jungle, and his saddle slipped and he flipped upside down and had his face like smashed because he was stuck on the horse, had his face smashed in, and he had amnesia for like 24 hours, but he remembers knowing nothing. He woke up, he had no teeth, like he knocked out a bunch of his teeth, and he's like, I didn't have a care in the world, but he remembers all of his amnesia and what it was like to drink water, having no idea what it was going to do, but like doing it anyway. And so his thing is all about like awareness, planes of knowing, mindfulness. It's so good. But for parents, anything by Dan Siegel, buy it and read it.
Okay, I do want to say one, and we don't have the actual hard book in here. I did pre-order a new copy of his book, but Dr. Gay Hendricks, The Big Leap. We've had him on the show. You guys have to go back and listen to that one. He was also on the Love Hour podcast. You guys go check that out too. But The Big Leap is like, okay, where are you in your zone of excellence, your zone of competency, and your zone of genius? I want to be in my zone of genius 24/7, all day long, all day. Right? And so The Big Leap, that is a huge book,
Did you get the new one?
Yeah, I pre-ordered it, but it's not here yet.
Okay.
So.
Yes, anything by him as well is really good. So The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, and he has a new book coming out this month. So he was on our podcast.
Yeah.
Then another really, really good one. If you want to blow your mind, time travel, all of it is Anything by Eckhart Tolle. We have The Power of Now right here, but I've also read A New Earth or whatever.
Okay, let me say this. I'm gonna interview you with very pointed questions here. Okay, you're not talking to.
Am I gonna answer
you're
as
not talking
Eckhart
to
Tolle?
Nope, you're not talking to zillions of people, and you're not gonna be super verbose about this. You're gonna think about your answers in a succinct way. So, Melanie,
Yes.
The Power of Now. Can you tell me about the time when you were reading this and you looked up at the top of the tree and you basically left this universe?
That was
Can you
the
tell me about
weirdest
that?
experience ever. But when I say I read, I listen to Audible. I don't.
No,
read
you're talking to
anything.
me,
I
not
know.
our friends.
So I was walking on my, I think it was doing 75 hard at the time. Was listening to The Power of Now or A New Earth, one of the Eckhart Tolle books. And I don't even know what happened, but I was walking up our driveway, which is beautiful and long, and you'll see it if you come to the event, Back to Basics Bootcamp,
Hey,
August
what
6th.
event, Mel?
You'll see it. You'll see our driveway. You'll walk down our driveway in August.
That's a plug. I like this.
Yes.
August 6th, Back to
So-
Basics Bootcamp. Get your Eventbrite tickets now.
Yes. I was walking up the driveway back home, and I was looking up at the leaves on what I think are a cottonwood tree, and they're really, really high up. And I was just staring at them, sort of meditatively walking and listening to Eckhart Tolle. And I promise you, all I can think of is like Back to the Future, like zoomed in, and all of a sudden I was like that far away from the leaf, and then my brain went zoom back to my body, and I was like, I don't know what just
They talk about
happened.
that in Eastern meditations, like
Right.
with monks. They literally do that.
I
I believe that you did that.
I told Salta, I have a hypnotherapist. She's also one of my best friends. Her name is Saltanat. And I told her, and she goes, Melanie, you are there already. Like you are the leaf. You are leaf. But anyway,
So, okay, yeah, so
Anything by Eckhart
that's-
Tolle is so awesome. It's trippy, dippy, but you'll love it.
Yes, and it brings peace. It
Yes.
calms our mind, right? Okay, so you guys, where was I going with that?
I don't know these
Oh,
ones.
okay, nope, right here. So here's some ass kicking time, right? Okay. So Stephen Pressfield, we've talked about him before. He wrote the movie The Legend of Bagger Vance, if you didn't know that, right? And also wrote a book in which the movie 300 was based on. Guys, we all love 300 because everybody's ripped and they're killing and kicking ass and everybody knows who they are. It's awesome, right? This guy wrote that, right? So he talks about the struggle he has turning pro, do the work, and then the war of art, break through the blocks and win your inner creative battles, right? But I want to focus on turning pro, right? So he talks about a pro and an amateur, a professional, anything, and then an amateur, anything. And I don't care what trade you're in, what business you do, what kind of person you are you showing up as an amateur who may be late, who doesn't give a crap about the quality of work, who doesn't really do what they say, low integrity, all this stuff. You're just getting by, right? You're in your zone of maybe competence, like we talked about with Gay Hendricks in The Big Leap, or you are a professional. Now, would you stop it?
You're in my spot.
Now, everybody has experienced the power of a professional. When you go to like some kick-ass dentist or a really professional waiter who knew all their stuff and was just this and
Like
that.
the
You're like,
steakhouses
wow, these
in
guys
Chicago
are awesome.
and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like those guys, man, I don't remember that steakhouse, but it was one of the best. Well, and
Even in
out
Seattle.
here in
Yeah.
Seattle, like those waiters are just like, okay, they are there for you. They're on the top of their game, right? Yeah. And men, so many times we are showing up as stupid baby amateurs, right? We're drinking, we're looking at porn. Oh, if she would do this, I don't even know. So stop that bullcrap. Get this book, Stephen Pressfield, Turning Pro.
You
And
can't do the next
and
one.
then after that, read Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. You want to know why? Yes, I can. I own what I do.
Keep talking.
I can do that. Want to know why? Because I'm also...
Keep talking.
And, okay, your current situation... And I don't care if you disagree with this, it's basic logic and facts. Your current situation is a result of all the decisions or indecisions, because not making a choice is making a choice, by the way, is the sum, where you are right now, financially, spiritually, personally, anything, is the sum of all the decisions you made up until this point. Right?
Can you just talk about the book?
That's in the book.
Yes.
Take ownership for what you do. You are your leader, your own leader, your sovereign person. Extreme Ownership, Leif Babin, Jocko Willink, Navy SEALs, kick your ass. You want to say something about it?
Yes, this is one of my favorite books. Extreme Ownership. I got the Audible version, and it's read by Leif Babin and Jocko Willink. I love it because for one, I never thought I would like this book. It is all war references and like war battle stories, like in Iraq and stuff. And so it's crazy, and it's like, and then he was on the top of the thing, and the bomb did that. But I loved it the most, and the music in it's kind of funny. But or there's like gun sounds every once in a while. I think there is in this one, the Audible version. But anyway, it is such a good book. It changed the way that I think about leadership in my home, you guys. This book was the catalyst for me to create SOPs for our little brats. I mean, children. Just kidding. My dad calls kids brats, so I call kids brats. Our bratwurst. But that leads me directly to Discipline Equals Freedom by Jocko Willink, same guy. And if you're watching this video, you can see these are my notes. Like, I love this book to bits and pieces. And this one, they're just so good. So Jocko Willink, Discipline Equals Freedom, Field Manual, and then Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin are so good.
I want to point something out.
They will kick your butt every which way.
I know the title of this podcast is like personal growth and stuff like this. However, have you noticed we have not singly once even thought about
a marriage book.
Why? Because they're all stupid and bullcrap. No, I'm just kidding.
Most of them are. By most, we mean all. I'm just kidding.
No, not all. We've had a couple of people on the podcast who have great books, right?
I'm just joking.
But this type of stuff, you guys, is what we espouse all the time. This kind of stuff, the extreme ownership, the Discipline Equals Freedom, the Power of Now, the Think and Grow Rich, the parenting books, all this stuff needs to happen first, right? Because if I'm not right and then enter into a relationship with someone else is not right, how are we going to get anything? You can't get a +2 if both of you have -1s. You know what I'm saying? -1 minus -1 is, I don't even know, -2?
Probably. We're not good at
I need to ask my kid.
Yeah, right. Another good book that you have heard us talk about is Sex, God, and the Conservative Church by Dr. Tina Schermer Sellers. This one is also signed by her. And this one is really great when it's actually an academic, like it's a book for teacher or students, grad students. But she has a newly released book. You heard us talk about it on our podcast episode that she sent us, but it's in the house. It is called Shameless Parenting, and it is so good. So Sex, God, and the Conservative Church and Shameless Parenting are such good resources for parents around sex and intimacy and couples around sex and intimacy as well. What's the next one for you? That one?
Man's Search for Meaning. Of course, you guys have probably heard this. Viktor Frankl, an Auschwitz and death camp survivor. It's amazing. Creator of logotherapy, which is even more amazing. This one will really put stuff into perspective for you. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, and you're throwing yourself a goofy pity party, read this. And
he was a psychologist when he went into the internment camps, so it is a very, very interesting, very poignant, challenging read, but as it should be, right? I
think that's enough. That's probably
no, it's not enough.
I mean, there's so many.
No,
right?
I'm not done. I'm gonna do.
I'm not even hit my Audible list here.
I know I'm on my Audible list right now. So if you are wanting a book to challenge sort of how you think about things, there is a book I've talked about it by Byron Katie called Loving What Is. It is something I read recently. It was written in like 1990 or 1980 or something, which I just think is so funny. But it was suggested by Jen Sincero. And so I went out and I read it, and it is so good. It's called Loving What Is. And then it's called, the subtitle is The 4 Questions That Can Change Your Life. And she is one of the people that says the question, who would I be without that thought? Which just, it like is mind boggling.
You use that one on clients when we go through it.
Another one that's really, really good is called The 4 Agreements. It's been around forever by Don Miguel Ruiz. The one I read was narrated by Peter Coyote.
There you go. Let me throw one in. Super Attractor by Gabby Bernstein, who was friends with
Wayne Dyer.
Oh
my gosh.
Some real crazy stuff happened to me when I read that book. And that was right around the time when I was really thinking about leaving my full-time job and starting doing this full-time. And it was crazy. And the universe
Had your
blew up
back.
my world, and it was awesome. So Super Attractor by Gabby Bernstein. That one is super good. You're a Badass at Making Money, The Science of Getting Rich. The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. That one's great. Guys, if you like stoicism and stuff like that, I would read anything from stoicism. Let's see, Epictetus. Who else? Marcus Aurelius. These books are great. I don't want to inundate you with just tons of stuff. It's too much.
No, it's not too much. If you are struggling with addiction or anything like that, there is a book I read called The Little Book of Big Change, The No Willpower Approach to Breaking Any Habit. That's on Audible, and it was a really good one because I had never seen it, and it is a really, really good one, really sort of quick and I don't know what the word would be. I have to mention, though, Inner Engineering by... Jeez, scare the crap out of me. Inner Engineering by Sadhguru is one of the best books ever. Inner Engineering by Sadhguru. My biggest takeaway was the you can have pain but not suffer, which was like my Sadhguru moment was when I chainsawed my hand open and was literally looking at the bone of my finger and was like, this is my moment to shine. I can have pain but not suffer.
It was tested.
It was. And then when Tuff fell the other day, he told me, he was so excited. He goes, Mom, I used your mantra. I can have pain and not suffer. And I was like, right on, dude.
Air 5. Good job.
Yeah.
So you guys, these are just actually a very small portion of
really small,
the books that we've read because there are too many. And we have a growth mindset around this. We want to read books from people who have gone through things, who have committed to the process, who see themselves with a growth mindset on the other side. I choose books from people who have decided to go through it. They decided, the only way out is through. I'm going to go out, and then I'm going to share all the lessons that I saw on the way out of that tunnel and then on the other side. It's really crazy. You can only get there if you do it, you guys. And I know that it sounds so simple, but we complicate it so much. Right? The only way to finish 75 hard is to do it.
Right.
Well, I can't. Okay, then don't do it.
1 minute at a time.
1 minute at a time,
All
right?
you got to do.
So, you guys, check that out.
2 more books. A Radical Awakening by Dr. Shafali. I just finished that recently. It's 15 hours long on Audible. She reads it. It's great. I had to do it on 1.2 speed. She's kind of a slow reader. It kind of drove me bonkers. But anyway, that book is amazing. If you are a laity, even if you're a man, but if you are a laity and you are tired of feeling like these weird oppressive things that we feel, like the gender stuff of
menstrual
like you
cramps.
have to... I'm a menstrual cramp you right out of the studio. But it's such an awakening, eye-opening, sort of spiritual awakening book that is very challenging. And I'm going to say something. I have read several books that are very challenging to read. One is Loving What Is. It's a very challenging read. There's another one too that we haven't mentioned here, but The Body Keeps the Score is super challenging. That's a trauma book. Don't read it if you have trauma. But what I have discovered about myself is that when I don't want to read a book, I challenge myself to finish it. And I almost always, every single time, go, dang, I'm so glad that I read that and finished it because I challenged a limiting belief that I had.
Hello.
And it has opened up my mind.
Yeah, that's like I say, every single time. I have never been mad at myself after I complete a workout.
Right.
Oh, Seth, why did you waste that time? What were you doing? What were you thinking?
You ding dong.
No, are you...
Right.
I'm so mad I saved $500 when I was 10 years old. Now it's $5,000. Ah!
Calm down. Then another one we have to mention is The Alter Ego Effect. That is such a good book. Who's the guy who wrote it? I can't think of his name. Todd Herman. The Alter Ego Effect is such a good book, especially if you struggle with feeling, how would you describe that?
Feeling
confidence.
Insecure.
Like if you are, if you struggle with confidence and you struggle with sort of changing, I mean, he uses the example of like his work brain versus his dad brain. There's like different people, different personas.
I talk about that with coaching clients all the time.
Right.
What hat are we going to put on? Let's make sure we take off this hat because you need attunement here. You need sympathy here. People need you to show up in this way. So take off that work hat.
Right.
That, you know,
I
whatever.
can't believe we forgot I Am Enough by Marissa Peer.
Oh.
That's such a good book. I Am
That
Enough
one's
by
good.
Marissa Peer. You should check that one out. But anyway, again, I'm going to say what Seth said. None of these books are marriage books. None of them are relationship books. You cannot I repeat, you cannot have a healthy relationship if you are not a healthy person. That is the biggest, stupidest, dumbest lie on the face of the planet, that you could somehow be a douche and then read a marriage book and be a good person.
How are you going to win a race if your engine is bad?
I thought you meant like a running race, and so my brain
How are you going to run a race if you got, a broken toe?
You're not. Unless you're like really strong. But anyway.
Unless you're David Goggins.
Yeah, there you go. Can't hurt me, David Goggins. You
guys,
just keep adding.
I know this one it's too much. Sorry to
Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins is
book
really
vomit
good.
all over you guys. But you guys pair this with a selected number of books, with accountability, with coaching. Hello.
We should have a book club. Why don't we?
We should. If you got any questions around that, email us, hello@anatomyofmarriage.com, to set up a call around coaching. Do you know us? Do you like us? Do you trust us? Do you like where we are? You can get there too. You actually can. Could we have done it without a coach? It would have taken maybe 5 years more.
Probably would have taken 20 years more. That's 5 is a...
I meant
Anyway.
500. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much. We got a conference coming up. We're going to plug that again. August 6th, Back to Basics Bootcamp here in Maple Valley. We're going to have a free session at an awesome venue.
Where we got married.
Where we got married.
In a historic barn.
Right. Then we're going to have a ticketed event at our house. Then we're going to have a free event downtown Seattle, drinking German beer, eating German pretzels, eating some brats, hanging out, playing some foosball, some darts. That is fun.
Yes.
That is what I'm looking forward to, right? August 6th.
Sauerkraut, sausage, and the Studleys.
Hot mustards.
Hot mustard.
That's right. Okay, you guys, we love you. Hope this is helpful. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.